I don't need them.
Spend more,
Why? Why? Government fucking contract. We got BFIs, we got ATOS, G4 fucking S. They want private fucking courts to save $1 billion. They're fucking building infrastructure for the German National Railway to fucking profit from us. These fucking...
That must be that main line they're building up that's costing like billions of pounds. They're then going to sell to, presumably, the Germans. But it's like in Nottingham. We used all the council tax money to build the tram lines, then we sold it
to the French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a
and then the prices went up.
Very, very good. Very good.
Well, that's great, isn't it?
They definitely know what they're doing.
There was some law the other day. They had a bank that was making profit, and it hadn't been making any profits for years. And as soon as it started to make a profit, they decided, let's sell it. It's insane, isn't it?
Well, it's like RBS. I mean, that's about to take a fall. And, of course, RBS is now owned, apparently, by us.
The public.
So...
the taxpayers.
When it crashes and it's got massive debts, who's going to have to pay that, do you reckon?
Well, did you hear in the newspapers the other day, I think it was yesterday, that RBS is actually... the government are going to sell it off, right, for private shareholders again.
They're selling everything off to private because they're taking it from the public and putting it into private, so they make all the money and we don't.
So they're not sharing it with us. All the money they take from us, all the money they magic out of thin air. Because, as he says, if they've got it, all they want to do is spend it. They're like a bunch of school children.
Well, they only do that because then it makes us think it's actually real. When you realise it's just fiction, then the game's over for them. You've just got to realise, yes, we know we can get to the shops and we can buy things with these pieces of paper at the moment, but
what happens when it goes? What are you going to use then? Bitcoins?
Oh. Wow, we're on the shop. Do you hear about the earthquake in North Wales?
No.
3.8 to some are saying 4.8, North Wales. Now, I wonder if that's got anything to do with the fracking they've had going off over that way.
Yeah, I love a bit of fracking, I do.
Remember the fracking that caused the earthquake at Blackpool? And of course, they're planning on doing it here as well. And we've got all these underground caves here. So if they do that, they're going to release all the crap and poisons into the underground caves, which is going to filter its way through into the water system and kill us all.
Yeah, world pollution coming to a faucet near you soon. Or a tap in England, we call it.
Pigs and a trough. They are moving public money into private pockets.
Where's Daddy's pig?
All the time, squeezing people. Squeezing the fucking life out of them. There's a poor woman, a double fucking heart and lung transplant, and she's fucking dead. 9 days on
Good old ATOS. Good old ATOS.
The CEO of ATOS wants prosecuting for corporate manslaughter. That's fucking murder.
Wow, you're passionate today.
They killed...
They're murdering people.
In January, it was up to 10,600. Who knows what it's up to now?
So, the CEO of ATOS. I'll Google him later. Oh, shall we give him a phone call? We'll phone his number and we'll give him a phone call and ask him if he wants to answer to these...
corporate manslaughter charges. Which is what he should be charged with.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for that, mate.
And over 10,000. Well, he's looking at a long time for that.
Wow.
Oh, wait, no,
that's almost like a Holocaust, isn't it?
What am I talking about? They'll just have an inquiry.
Oh, of course, he won't be arrested.
It's only the poor that go to prison. The rich have inquiries.
Of course, yes, of course they do. More news.
They're fit to work. Can't make that
We
up.
love you, ATOS. Thank you for murdering people.
And everyone, all these fucking these fucking gits, these pigs at the trough. They can't stop. They're part of the fucking war machine. They want to go around the world killing people. They've just opened up a new line in fucking Syria. Let's move a load of weapons there. George Osborne. He is a fucking... How How is it possible?
We love you, Georgie.
How is it possible that we allow these least amongst us from fucking Ian, where they writing fucking on what you would say after you shot 25 protesters, where they're making anyone who wants to protest
public
a
school,
terrorist,
Eton,
and you
public.
can just shoot them, so it's better for the whole fucking country.
Well, it's strange, isn't it? We go to our schools, grammar, whatever they call them these
Secondary,
days,
whatever, yeah.
And they go to public schools. Only they're not public, are they? They're actually private.
Privately funded schools for it's public speaking school.
Ah, well, there we go.
It's a school for public speaking. It's not actually a public school.
But see how they call it a public school when it's actually not a public school.
Not a public school.
It's almost like they're playing with words to deceive us into thinking it's 180 degrees the opposite way round.
So it's a school for public speaking, not for the public. Because if you ain't got enough money like Johnny Osborne and David Cameronface and all the rest of them, then you can't afford it. So you can't afford to publicly speak. You can't afford to go in the government. If you can't afford to go in the government, it's whoever you vote for, government wins.
Somebody once said to me, well, you've got to have millionaires in the government because the poor might try and rip us off. Oh, fuck. Oh, my word.
Oh, please, you didn't say that horrible word again that hasn't got two O's in. Then we've got a real serious problem.
And they use the fucking divisive prejudice fucking tactic, turning the poor against the poorer, black against white, Muslim against Christian. They fucking love it. It's all one big fucking, it's a big fucking shitstorm.
It's a big shitstorm. What do you think to that?
Well, it's at least the second time they've tried it. I mean, the first one, of course, being 7/7. I mean, if anyone doesn't know that was a false flag, just Google any of it or YouTube. There's so much out there to prove that it was. There was ongoing operations, and I bet there was some ongoing operations in London last week as well. Of course, the operations are there to disguise. So if somebody spots someone that looks looking dodgy, and he goes, "Wait, what are you up to?" Oh, I'm just taking part in an operation.
Well, did anybody see those videos of what went on in London about 6-7 days ago? Didn't seem quite real to me, because I had a look on YouTube at from some of these videos, and I know you have as well. And there's a guy showing his hands like this in one video. There's somebody filming it to the left, and his hands are not red at all. But on the one that says ITV News, all of a sudden his hands are all coloured, all red, and he's moving about like this, like he's a zombie, and saying all this stuff.
And they also copyrighted that, so if you tried using it and pointing it out to them, to anyone else, then you'd get done for copyright and your videos would be taken off YouTube. Yeah,
I noticed people's channels were being shut down after they used that piece of video from ITV.
And of course, let's not forget that now they've done this latest false flag, that if you say anything like... what was the T-shirt he had on?
H for H.
Thingy for here, yeah.
Help for heroes.
Help. If you say anything against that, you're a terrorist.
So something ain't quite right as we were going on there. And there's something else I'd like to say about that. Did anybody see the videos where there was no blood on the floor? Right.
What about where the alleged killer apparently got shot? And then it's filmed quite high up, and he rolls over and falls.
The Daily Mirror.
And there's a mark on the floor where he's supposed to be.
Two little markers.
And he puts his leg over it to cover it. And the two cops are there coming like that. And they're stood with white marks where they're supposed to be stood. And then the busload of school kids turn up, and they're saying, "Oh, it's a scene from a film."
They were told to stay, and they're acting out a scene.
Yeah.
And it's strange that the guys didn't run away. No, has anybody got any footage or film, video, or anything where apparently there was just a man lying down? It looked like a body was lying down in the street.
But it did have its head on.
It did have its head on. Right, we want no disrespect to anybody, but we'd like to ask a few questions because this don't seem quite real. Has anybody actually seen the dead body? Does anybody know this guy or knew him? Right, because we think some injustice has gone on here. But it's not
as we've been led to believe.
It's not as we've been led to believe, is it? Right? Has anybody heard of neuro-linguistic programming? Right? Because I would think if anybody had committed a murder, they'd run. Right?
Ah, but not if you were taking part in a scene from a film.
Unless you'd been programmed. What do they fucking think we are? Computers? Is this a virtual reality game that we're playing in?
Yes. And we are the imagination of ourselves.
So computers can be programmed, can't they?
Ah.
Human biological
They
computers.
do like to program us into fear. Did you notice that for the last 4 or 5 days it's been it's been terror, blood. The pictures of the same guys every day.
The same guy with the hands coloured red in the picture in the papers, every single paper, every day.
But interestingly, we went into a newsagent, didn't you? And they were saying in there that nobody's buying the papers because they've had enough. Or either that or they can see through it.
Yeah, papers stacked up like this. So what's up, guys? Nobody buying the newspapers? He says no because of this picture. Here's the last bit of the news.
This is a fucking superstorm.
That's good, Mark.
There has never, ever, ever been such an insidious fucking government. They are privatising the NH-fucking-S. Can you imagine that?
It's been done already, hasn't it?
They've got vultures standing at the doors
Should we
of
make a phone call to Richard Branson next week?
Sherry fucking Blair and fucking Richard Branson with fucking fangs and blood fucking coming down, just dripping, oozing with blood, with fucking talons, with massive fucking talons, scraping fucking ill people, just scraping them like that.
Bloods, the vampires, the
This has
talons.
fucking gone on. What the fuck is going on?
It's been going on for too long, hasn't it, folks?
Osborne, 7 departments, cut them. The fucking poorest, most vulnerable people, while the rich walk away with fucking with goodie bags, with fucking goodie bags. Until fucking Kate Middleton has that fucking alien fucking pops out of her. He'll be giving a PFI to every fucking Freemason, to every sheriff, every alderman, everyone will be getting PFIs. Every lord and fucking lady, they'll be lapping it up. Sport, the cricket, it's raining.
Sport.
That's the weather and the sport in one. I'm the Irish taxi driver. This, my friends, has been the BBC's Sucks at Cox News.
Thanks, artist taxi driver. We love you, man. What were you going to say about the lords and ladies and peers? And
well, it wasn't so much that. There's something that maybe you might need to just make sure you would check it to see if it should. But apparently, now this is only apparently. No, I better not tell you. I'll wait. I'll tell you at a different time because this is.
Go on, tell and spell on me.
This is really.
What's that? Oh, look, you've got a thread.
Ah.
Oh, sorry about that.
This is really. Well, we won't do it here, but I will tell you, and then you can decide if you want to say anything about it. It should be interesting if it does come the way it's been suspected that it may happen.
We, as you can see, are not the artists taxi drivers. And this, my friends, has been not the BBC Sucks at Cox News, Part 2. In a bit, you'll get Part 3. Have fun, we love you.
Love you.